Hello, Becky Smith here. Just doing another updated treatment video that I probably should have done a long time ago. So I saw my doctor probably 3 weeks ago at this point, and I'm 2 years into treatment. So I don't know. I mean, this was supposed to be like the end mark for me, and I feel like there's still some symptoms around that probably shouldn't be around, like muscle pain in my neck and my back. And my eye swelling. I also have some yeast issues and some joint pain that comes and goes. So what I noticed was when the weather changed and it became more rainy and fall-like, I started to feel like crap again. And I couldn't figure out what exactly it was. There's a few instances that I pieced together, but the big kind of moment for me was one day when I was going to work. It was raining and I was just started sneezing and I was like, this is weird. I'm like allergic to something. And normally this is kind of what I was like when I had a weakened immune system in the summertime with the hay fever kind of thing. So this time it was with rain. So I said, like, what allergies come out when it rains? And the only allergies that are in the air right now where I live are mold spores. So I was like, and the word mold has always been in the back of my mind, but I never really wanted to go there because I wanted my Lyme disease treatment to be simple and I wanted it to just do its thing and be done, but I realized that that's not what it is for people with Lyme disease. We all have multiple systemic infections caused by various different things and chemicals in the air, mold, you name it. So I realized that this is a route I'm going to have to go down, and I probably should have gone down it a long time ago, especially having known what I knew. I did live in a moldy home at the same time I was exposed to Lyme disease, so that was about 5 years. And you don't think anything of it. You might smell it or see it, but I did notice that there's more of it when I went and visited my old dog. And so doing research, I researched and I came across a woman, Dr. Nagy. I forget her first name, Lisa Nagy. But she, I watched her presentation and it was like, just like those moments of like, oh my God, that was me, and it still is me. So I mentioned it to my doctor at the last appointment, and she was like, well, yeah, like mold's huge with Lyme disease people. She's like, and every single one of your symptoms besides the joint pain and swelling in your hand could be mold. And we already kind of figured out that I didn't have Bartonella, and so I think what was happening was that I was misdiagnosed with Bartonella based off symptoms like my eyes and muscle pain that I was still having my remaining symptoms, but a year and a half on Bartonella treatment that only made me have like these serious reactions to medication did nothing for the symptoms. So, she had sent me home with some mycotoxin tests from real-time labs that just like I never heard back about insurance and everything's so expensive. So I decided that to do a little research, and I have a Lyme friend here in Bellingham who's seeing a doctor in Canada, and I researched the doctor, and the doctor's so well versed on environmental illnesses on top of the Lyme disease and stuff, and I just think that's something my doctor missed, and it probably shouldn't have been just brushed over the way it was or wasn't even addressed. But regardless, that's kind of the area I'm going, and I started to do some things to kind of help with getting rid of mycotoxins. So I already kind of had done charcoal in the past, but I started a clay, and I got on glutathione, which I probably should have been on for the last forever, but especially since I knew I had Lyme disease, because I do have that genetic mutation. So, I've been trying to do a lot of things, going to infrared sauna, everything I can to kind of flush things out of my system that I have in there, probably, which are very toxic and they make you very sick. And it seems like something, like people are just like, oh, mold, whatever. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it makes you sick. We can't get rid of that. And if we have a compromised immune system, it's in our bodies. So I'm learning more and more about this. And also when the weather changed, I pulled out some big blankets, and you can't really keep things once they've been exposed to mold. So I've been getting rid of things that may still have mold spores on them, and getting new blankets and getting new things, and I've actually been feeling quite a bit better in the last week that I've been doing this stuff. So could have been a few factors, but I do think that I'm headed in the right direction with this. My Lyme disease may be under control. I don't know. But right now there's still an underlining something, and I'm going to get to that. But right now for medication, I'm still on the doxycycline. I'm still on the Plaquenil. We added in teasel root, which is a natural liquid, little thing to kill some part of the bacteria, and then stevia, which is the fake sugar. So I take and then hyaluronic acid. So I take a spoonful of stevia because it's a cyst buster, so it busts up the cyst. Stevia, and then the teasel root, like tincture, squirt it out, and then the gross hyaluronic acid gel stuff, and I just eat it off the spoon, and then I take my Doxy and Plaquenil. And the purpose of the hyaluronic acid is to help the Plaquenil get into the joints, so I can start getting to this issue. It doesn't bother me. It swells. It comes and goes. Bacon irritates it, so things like that I have to pay attention to. As unfortunate as it is, I might have to cut down on the pork. But I kind of knew that, things you just don't want to fully admit them to yourselves until it happens like 6 times. Especially when you give up everything else and you can't eat vegetables and chicken. But anyways, so that's kind of the route I'm going. I'm seeing this doctor in Canada in 5 days, so I'll have an update at that point. I kind of want to go with a clear head. I'm sick of being my own doctor. I've been my own doctor so long, and I even thought I had Bartonella, because I was like, my eyes are Bartonella eyes, all this stuff, and so I just kind of want to get a fresh opinion. I don't even know if I want to mention mold, because I have a tendency to be like, yeah, this is what I have. I've done this much research, and I'm doing all this, and blah, 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 blah. And I kind of want just a professional to step in and be like, no, this is what we need to do. And so we'll see what happens. I don't know. But I do feel like I'm going in the right direction, and with some of the steps I've taken recently, I feel like have helped. So I will keep you posted. Thank you for watching.